Yo, what's up, guys? I just got done watching the Bulls finally beat the Joel Embiid 76ers. In today's video, I'm going to be recapping that game, talking about the whole Lonzo Ball situation. AK gave some comments on that situation. Also talking about a Bulls insider, talking about the chances of a Derrick Rose return this offseason, and just talking about the Bulls' recent play and the Pat Bev effect. But before I jump into today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Also leave a quick like below today's video for yesterday's huge win over the 76ers, and leave some comments and questions below today's video about yesterday's win over the 76ers and all the topics and updates I'm about to jump into. Also check out my last video and enter my 25k subs giveaway. But nonetheless, let's just jump right into it. And let me just first off say, this is a huge W. I mean, the Chicago Bulls, they scare me at the end of a lot of these games. They got lucky. Huge shout out to Derrick Jones Jr. He was huge off the bench. He had 10 points off the bench. He also had that huge, pretty much game-winning block in my eyes. The Chicago Bulls are now on a 3-game win streak, and this Bulls team did snap the 76ers 7-game win streak. And even though this Bulls team has been so bipolar this season, they have beaten a lot of good teams, and they've also ended a lot of win streaks, and the Chicago Bulls finally beat Joel Embiid. Huge shout out to the big three. All of them played great games. They all had 20-plus points. Zach LaVine had 26 and 7. DeRozan had 25 and 8. Vooch had 21 and 12. Kobe White also had a really good game off the bench. He had 11 points, and he hit some big free throws down late. You know, Joel Embiid obviously had a big game, and I don't know what it is with James Harden, but recently he can just not make a shot anytime he plays the Chicago Bulls. I also want to give a big shout out to Derrick Jones Jr. He played great defense, and he just brought a lot of energy off the Bulls bench. I wish Billy Donovan would play him more. And after this win versus the 76ers, the Chicago Bulls are officially now closer to the 8th seed than the 11th seed Wizards. The Chicago Bulls are now a game behind the Hawks and a half game behind the 9th place Raptors, and they're 2 games ahead of the 11th seed Wizards. This was a huge game. I was talking to one of my coworkers just yesterday, and I was like, you know, if the Bulls win this game, I'm 100% back in, and they did, and they proved me wrong. And I don't know what happened since the All-Star break, but something changed with this team, and I think it's pretty obvious. Patrick Beverley made a huge difference to this Bulls locker room and just the team on the floor. The Chicago Bulls are now 8-4 since Patrick Beverley did come home, and I love Pat Bev. He does all the little things on the floor that you're not going to see in the stats and everything like that. And the Chicago Bulls in the Pat Bev era are now 8-4, and since signing Pat Bev, the Bulls have the 6th overall offense in the NBA, and they are 5th in defense also, and they're 2nd in net rating. It just feels like this Bulls team finally flipped the switch, and they were sick of losing and playing poor basketball, and I do want to give a huge shout out to Pat Bev for that. Now, I don't believe the Bulls are fixed. They still have a lot of work to do, and they still got some tough games left and a tough schedule. You know, regardless of how this year ends, the Bulls have a very complicated offseason, and they still need to find ways to improve, especially with the recent Lonzo Ball injury update. But it's still nice to see them playing how they should have been playing this whole NBA season. They should have never been the 12th seed or anywhere in the play-in tournament in my eyes. Leave some comments below today's video about that huge win over the 76ers. And the next topic in today's video is just a little update on Lonzo Ball. You know, I didn't make a past video talking about this situation, but I just feel completely awful for Lonzo Ball. And now, obviously, he has had 3 knee surgeries in less than 2 years. He hasn't played since January of 2022. Obviously, he was ruled out this season and also expected now to miss all of next year. And according to Woj, there are some concerns about Lonzo Ball's ability to ever play basketball again. And the Bulls do hope that this surgery, which will obviously cost Lonzo Ball another NBA season, will give him a pathway to someday play again. Now, AK did comment on this whole situation the other day, and he did say, I admire Lonzo's whole situation throughout this journey. Obviously, this has been a long and challenging road for him, and this decision has been a difficult one to make. The organization is behind him, and he has our full support. Our training and medical staff continue their commitment to Lonzo's rehab and to working with him throughout this next phase to ensure his healthy return to basketball. And since then, Billy Donovan did talk about this whole situation just yesterday before the 76ers game, and he did say Lonzo Ball's surgery was successful, but we also have heard that the past 2 surgeries. The Bulls are hoping Lonzo will be the first NBA player to come back from this type of surgery. Billy Donovan did call it an uphill battle. battle. And I mean, what more do I have to say after reading that tweet? That is just awful to hear that no NBA players ever played again after this surgery. I just hope Lonzo can have a good, I'd say, personal life after this surgery, and hopefully he can just walk again without pain. And Billy Donovan also did say the Chicago Bulls will go into next training camp with the mindset that Lonzo Ball won't be available. And then he did call the whole Lonzo Ball situation and timeline indefinite. And that's good to hear. I just hope Lonzo can play again, or at least walk again and have a normal life with no knee pain. But now onto the basketball side of this, the Bulls need to upgrade the point guard position in this upcoming offseason. They need to figure out what they can do with Lonzo Ball's contract, if they can do anything. Definitely leave some comments and questions and just your opinion and thoughts on this whole injury situation with Lonzo Ball, and if you guys expect or if you guys even think he'll ever play basketball again. And the final topic in today's video is about a Bulls insider talking about the Bulls possibly signing Derrick Rose in this upcoming offseason. And I just talked about this. In my eyes, the Bulls need to focus on upgrading the point guard position in this offseason. It's obviously going to be tough with the Bulls' lack of cap space, and the Bulls have a good chunk of free agents of their own. And Bulls insider Sam Smith, he did put out his weekly mailbag, and a Bulls fan did ask him, could Derrick Rose return in this upcoming offseason? And Bulls insider Sam Smith did say, I hope there's still an opportunity. No offense to Patrick Beverley, as he'll be a fun addition for the Chicago Bulls and another popular native Chicagoan, though I think Rose would have fit better not only as more of a natural point guard and scorer, but a fan favorite like few others. And I do agree with Sam Smith. I mean, I think the Pat Bev situation was a perfect fit, but I also would love to bring Derrick Rose home. I just don't know if it's the right move and the best opportunity in this upcoming offseason. The Chicago Bulls already have very little cap space. They probably have to overpay to re-sign Vooch and keep him in Chicago. Kobe White's also a free agent, same with Ayo Dosunmu and Javonte Green, and I think we all know this Bulls team is not going to go over the tax, especially with how this Bulls team has played this season. Now, obviously, Derrick Rose is still with the Knicks, and there was some talks around the trade deadline about the Knicks possibly buying him out, but that never happened. And the Knicks do have a team option on Derrick Rose's contract in this upcoming offseason, so who knows if he'll even be a free agent, but he is expected to make about $15.6 million for next season if the Knicks don't decline his team option. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that situation, but definitely leave your thoughts and opinions below today's video. Say the Knicks turn down his team option, should the Bulls target him in this upcoming offseason? And I love Derrick Rose. He was the whole reason and point of why I became a Bulls fan and started this channel. I just don't know if right now is the perfect time for him to come back, but say the Bulls do that, I wouldn't be mad. They were interested in him about an offseason or two ago. There was some rumors about that. I don't know. I'd definitely be interested. I think we all know Derrick Rose could bring a lot to this team, especially just upgrading the point guard position and also just upgrading the point of attack that I feel like this Bulls team has been missing, and he could just, I feel like, create other shots for others and just open up the offense even more. But nonetheless, thank you guys for all the love on the channel in the past few videos. I really do appreciate it. Definitely leave your thoughts and opinions below today's video. If you guys are back in on this Bulls team and you are confident and believe in this team, because I do, also leave some comments below today's video about the whole Derrick Rose situation, the whole Lonzo Ball update, and just the Bulls' recent play since the All-Star break. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.